The night felt strangely quiet after the chaos of unanswered calls, misdialed numbers, and half-spoken confessions. Neon lights flickered outside the cafe where Mew sat alone, staring at her phone as if it might suddenly reveal the truth of her heart. The final part of this episode didn't explode with drama, it unfolded softly, like destiny finally deciding to stop teasing and step forward. Mew had never believed in luck. She believed in effort, logic, and planning ahead. That was why the strange phone number that kept appearing in her life annoyed her so much. Every time it rang, something unexpected happened. Every time she answered, her heart felt slightly less guarded. And now, after everything that had happened earlier that day, she found herself hoping the phone would ring again. Across town, Lada stood on the balcony of her apartment, clutching her own phone with both hands. She was the complete opposite of Mew, someone who believed that the universe whispered to those who listened carefully. Fortune tellers, lucky charms, and mysterious signs were all part of her world. But even she hadn't expected a simple wrong number to change her life so profoundly. She remembered Mew's voice, clearly steady, warm, and honest in a way that made Lada feel seen even without being known. In their conversations, Lada had laughed more than she had in months. And now, after learning that Mew was real, nearby, and tangled in her fate far more than coincidence allowed, Lada's heart raced with fear and excitement. The phone buzzed. Mew answered instantly. "Hello?" Her voice was calm, but her breath caught. "Hello," Lada replied, smiling despite herself. "Is this luck again?" Mew laughed softly. "If it is, then it's very persistent." There was a pause, not awkward, just full. The kind of silence where both people know something important is about to be said. "I'm glad you called," Lada said quietly. "I didn't want today to end without hearing your voice." Mew closed her eyes. "Me too." They decided to meet, no signs, no charms, no excuses. Just two women choosing to step toward each other. The cafe was small, warm, and nearly empty when Lada arrived. Lada's cheeks flushed. "You're different from how I imagined." "More real," Lada answered honestly. They sat together, hands resting close but not touching, both hyper-aware of every movement, every breath. "I usually don't trust things I can't control," Mew admitted. "But you make me want to try." Lada's eyes softened. "And you make me want to believe that luck isn't random. Maybe it's something we create." Outside, rain began to fall, gentle, unhurried. Lada reached out instinctively, brushing Mew's hand. Neither pulled away. The warmth of that simple touch sent a quiet shock through them both. "Mew," Lada whispered, "can I be honest?" Mew nodded. "I think I've been waiting for you longer than I realized." Mew swallowed. She had spent so much of her life protecting her heart, telling herself that love was unpredictable and dangerous. Yet in this moment, with Lada so close, all she felt was certainty. "I don't believe in luck," Mew said softly, "but I believe in this." She leaned in slowly, giving Lada time to move away. Lada didn't. A notification from the same mysterious number that had started everything. Mew looked at the screen, then at Lada. "Should I answer?" Lada smiled knowingly. "I think it's done its job." Mew turned the phone off. Somewhere between coincidence and courage, two hearts had found each other. And whether it was luck, fate, or something else entirely didn't matter anymore. Because this time, love had answered the call. If their story touched your heart, please let us know in the comments. Your support means the world to us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss their next adventure. See you in the next episode. Morning arrived quietly, wrapped in pale sunlight and the distant hum of the city waking up. Mew lay awake longer than usual, staring at the ceiling, replaying the memory of the night before. Lada's smile, the warmth of her hand, that kiss soft, sincere, and unmistakably real. It hadn't felt like a dream, yet Mew feared that if she moved too quickly, the moment might vanish like mist. Her phone lay beside her pillow, silent. For the first time, she wished it would ring. Across town, Lada sat cross-legged on her bed, hair still messy, holding her phone as if it were a fragile treasure. She had always trusted signs from the universe, but now she realized something deeper. Fate had brought Mew to her, yes, but staying connected required courage. She smiled to herself, remembering Mew's voice saying, "That was choice. Lada liked that." She liked it a lot. After an hour of hesitation, Mew finally typed a message. "Good morning. I hope yesterday didn't feel too sudden." The reply came almost instantly. "Good morning." It felt exactly right. Mew exhaled slowly, a smile forming before she could stop it. They met again that evening, this time without umbrellas or excuses. Just dinner at a small street-side restaurant, plastic chairs, shared plates, and laughter that came easily. There was no pressure to define anything, but the air between them felt charged like something quietly growing. "You're quieter in person than on the phone," Lada teased gently. Mew raised an eyebrow. "Is that a complaint?" "No," Lada said softly. "It makes me want to listen more." The way Lada looked at her open, curious, unguarded made Mew's chest ache in a way she didn't recognize as pain. It felt like possibility. As days passed, their meetings became routine. Coffee before work, late-night walks, long calls that ended only when sleep finally claimed them. Mew began to notice how Lada always remembered small details, how she took her coffee, which songs made her nostalgic, when she needed silence instead of comfort. And Lada noticed how Mew showed love quietly, walking her home without being asked, fixing things she mentioned only once, standing a little closer in crowded places. One evening, as they sat on the steps of a closed temple, city lights glowing behind them, Lada grew unusually quiet. "Mew," she said carefully, "can I ask you something?" Mew nodded. "Anything. Why do you seem afraid when things feel good?" The question landed gently but deeply. Mew stared ahead, fingers curling together. "Because good things don't usually stay," she admitted. "I've learned to expect the ending before the beginning fully starts." Lada turned toward her, eyes serious yet kind. "And if this time is different?" Mew looked at her, then really looked at her, and felt the walls she'd built tremble. "That's what scares me." Lada didn't argue. She simply reached out, intertwining their fingers. "Then let me be scared with you." That night, they kissed again, longer, deeper, full of longing they no longer tried to deny. It wasn't rushed. It was a conversation without words, asking and answering all at once. But reality, as always, had its own timing. A misunderstanding arose days later when Mew saw Lada talking closely with someone else, laughing, familiar, intimate. Jealousy flared before logic could catch up. Mew pulled away, messages becoming short, meetings postponed. Lada felt it immediately. "Did I do something wrong?" she asked over the phone, voice unsteady. Mew hesitated too long. "I just need space." The words hurt more than Mew intended. That night, Lada stood alone on her balcony again, clutching the same phone that had once felt magical. For the first time, she doubted the universe. But love, unlike luck, demands honesty. The next evening, Mew showed up unannounced at Lada's door, eyes tired, heart racing. "I was wrong," Mew said before Lada could speak. "I let fear speak louder than trust." Lada's eyes shimmered. "I was talking to my sister," she said quietly. "I wanted to tell her about you." Mew's breath caught. Shame washed over her, followed by relief. "I don't want to lose you," Mew whispered. "But I don't know how to do this perfectly." Lada stepped closer. "I don't need perfect. I just need real." They held each other, then not urgently, not desperately, but with intention. The kind of embrace that says, "I'm here, even when it's hard." Later, lying side by side, fingers tracing invisible patterns, Mew spoke the words she'd never planned to say so soon. "Stay," she murmured. "Not just tonight. With me." Lada smiled, pressing a soft kiss to Mew's shoulder. "I already am." The mysterious number never called again. No missed calls, no signs. Just two women learning how to choose each other every day. Maybe it was luck that brought them together. But love was the answer they kept giving.